Hey guys, Colonel Dracus here again, getting ready for another battle report, trying out the Imperial Fists. It's going to be my fourth game with them, third game with this particular list. We're here at the new Craft World Campos. Hey Campos, how you doing?
Good.
And so let me go over my list real quick. So Imperial Fists, I've got Lysander from my HQ. He's with a 5-man Terminator squad with a Cyclone missile launcher and a Land Raider Crusader. We've got a Thunderfire cannon. We've got 5 Devastators with the missiles. 5 Devastators with missiles. 10-man tac squad. I combat squatted with Plasma Gun and Heavy Bolter with a Twin Link Las Cannon Razorback. Another 10-man tactical. Heavy Bolter Plasma Gun with a Rhino. And a 10-man tactical with a Heavy Bolter. No Plasma Gun in the squad and no transport. We already started kind of setting up and everything, so I decided to combat squad all of my tacticals. We are playing Hammer and Anvil deployment type, so this is what the board's looking like at the moment. And we are playing the Scouring, so we already got the objectives set up. We've got a 1 point, 2 point, is that a 3 point over there?
Yes.
And a 2. And then on my side, we've got the 4 and the 3. So this is just a fun game for us. It's been a while since we've played each other. And we'll just see how it is. Right now he's setting up, and then we'll go over his list once he's done setting up his,
Alright, so
his
let's
side.
take a look at what Farseer Campos has today.
All right. So I've got a Wave Serpent with a Bright Lance and Hollow Fields. Inside of it, I got a 10-man Dire Avenger squad with the Power Weapon and Shimmer Shield. I've got a 10-man Guardian squad. It might be 12, I don't remember. With a Bright Lance on it. I've got a Wave Serpent with Scatter Laser and 5 Fire Dragons with Hollow Fields. I've got 3 Warwalkers, all with Scatter Lasers, and they did scout up, so we've done everything except for the Steel Initiative roll. I've got a 6-man Jet Bike squad, 2 with Shuriken Cannons, and a Farseer with Runes of Witness, Singing Spear, and a Jet Bike, of course. And then I've got a 3rd Wave Serpent with Bright Lance, Hollow Fields, 10 Dire Avengers, no upgrades, just 10 dry base. And then over here, I probably should have deployed them more forward, but that's okay. I've got some Swooping Hawks that typically, first turn, I always bring them into ongoing reserves, but to put some extra pressure on that Land Raider, maybe I should have had them up front. Anyway, a little late. They have no upgrades, there's just 6 of them. And finally, I've got 6-man Warp Spiders, or yeah, a squad of 6 Warp Spiders, an Autarch with a Fusion Gun, Warp Jetpack, and the Shard of Anaris.
Alright, and then those are just all your troops and the transports over there.
That's correct.
Alright, so let's see if...
one last thing, sorry.
Yep.
My Farseer rolled Eldritch Storm, Fortune, and Prescience.
Alright. Let's try to steal the initiative here. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's see what happens. A 1! That is the opposite. Alright, so on to turn 1, let's see what happened. And to top of 1, so what happened?
It was pretty awesome for me, I'm not going to lie. There's not night fighting going on right now. The Wave Serpent on the right fired his Bright Lance and Shield into the... Was that a Razorback?
Razorback, yeah.
Razorback. The Shield did the work because the cover save from the Land Raider prevented the Bright Lance. But I still managed to explode it and killed 1 or 2 guys inside.
First blood.
All right. The Jet Bike squad, they really didn't do anything, but they did cast powers on the Warwalkers, which they scout moved up. They fired into the top Devastator squad. 1 survived after going to ground. They got a 2+ save, but it is your dice after all, so you roll a lot of 1s.
Yeah.
So you lost 1, or so only 1 guy's alive, and he did go to ground. This squad here, through the ruins, was firing at that squad. I ignore cover, so I figured this is great. I don't care. And then I failed to kill anybody. The Swooping Hawks moved their 12 inches from back here over to here, and then ran to get closer to threaten the Land Raider coming up. The Guardians moved over, fired with the Bright Lance, Did nothing. I was trying to was trying to get the Land Raider. This is the only shot that I put into the Land Raider because this Wave Serpent also tried to get some of the people inside the ruin over there, and I did not do it. But all in all, it felt like a good shooting phase for me, so quite happy with it.
First blood, can't complain.
Right.
You really put some damage on that Devastator squad too. So, alright, end of top of 1, on to Imperial Fist. Alright, Imperial Fist turn 1, Land Raider moved up, Rhino followed him, moved flat out. The Dev squad that wasn't hurt went ahead and shot into the Warwalkers. 4 hits, 3 pens. The first 2 blew up, 2 different Warwalkers. The third is immobilized. Then I snap fired into him with the missile that went to ground. Nothing happened. Thunderfire cannon shot over here at the Guardians. Killed 5, I think.
Yeah, that's about right.
And then the Land Raider opened
7.
up on him and killed 2 more with snap fires. Split fire with the Power of the Machine Spirit and missed on the Wave Serpent. Rhino moved flat out, and that was about it. So these tacticals didn't really have anything in range that they could shoot. These tacticals stayed there, and the Thunderfire cannon stayed there and just shot. That was it. So on to Eldar,
turn
top
2.
of turn 2. Looks like some destruction. What happened this turn?
It was a lot of destruction. So they fired at the Land Raider. He may have glanced it or not.
Is that the Guardians?
The Guardians with the Bright Lance. And then the Swooping Hawks threw their EMP grenade, got a pen, and then crew shaken. So that was kind of cool. But what did it is the Fire Dragons hopped out of this vehicle, rolled the danger or difficult to get through here, ended up here, battle focused to get a little bit closer to make sure they were in melt range. And although I only pinned twice, it was enough to pop the Land Raider.
And you killed 1 in the explosion.
That's right. This Wave Serpent here was able to get a crew shaken on the Razorback, or the Rhino.
Rhino, alright.
The Warwalker, the immobilized Warwalker, fired its 2 scatter lasers into a lone Devastator guy on the top. He plummeted to his death. We actually, The farce here with the jet bike squad, you know, I was going back and forth as to what to do. I moved them forward to about here, and I was considering putting some extra firepower here, but figured, you know, it's not worth it. Play it safe and do the true Eldar thing of flatting out back behind cover again. The Warp Spiders have shown up. They battle focus closer to the combat. Now, since they're out, they unloaded a lot of firepower. I think I killed 1 guy despite some pretty decent shooting. He 2+ armor, what can you say? And he did make his invulnerable on 1 monofilament roll. This Wave Serpent fired everything he had into the Devastator squad, and he made a lot of saves. So I think I dropped 1 missile.
You killed 1 missile.
Yep. And then the Dire Avengers hopped out of that vehicle 6 inches, and then fleeted for another 5 or 6 inches, and then fired into the tactical squad at the top of the ruin. It was a devastating turn for the Iron Fist.
Yeah, the Blade Storm over here ended up with like 6 or 7 Blade Storm wounds.
Yeah.
So it was brutal. So I went to ground.
Yeah.
And all of my guys but the 1 died, so he's pinned right now.
Yeah. Well, in case you don't know, my table
war
dice are pretty hot sometimes.
Rolling pretty good right now.
They are. Today's their day.
So how you feeling overall right now?
Overall, I'm feeling good. I know that this squad in particular is going to be able to slaughter 1 or 2 units, whatever they choose, but I'm feeling I'm in good position. I know you still have more points on your side of the table. You still have some decent firepower, but I feel like the advance is going really well.
All right, well, let's see what happens on Imperial Fist turn, guys. The end of Imperial Fist turn 2. We went ahead and broke Lysander off from the other Terminators. The other Terminators moved up, shot at the Swooping Hawks and charged them. Killed 2 in close combat, and they ran. We killed 1 with shooting, so the Hawks are back here. Lysander went ahead, charged the Fire Dragons, killed 2 there, and took 1 wound from, I think it was Overwatch or close combat. Either way, Lysander's down to 3 wounds. Fire dragons are running. Jumped out all the 2 combat squads over here. Shot into the guardians. Down to just the Bright Lance and the 1 guardian. They're running. Moved these tacticals up. Shot the plasma and the bolters into them. Killed 2 and put a wound on the autarch. Went ahead and threw missiles into them, so they're just down to 1 spider and the autarch. The Thunderfire cannon shot back here. Got a whole bunch of wounds, but only ended up killing 1 thanks to fortune. And that was it. So we'll see what happens at the top of turn 3. Top of turn, what is this? Turn 3.
This is top of 3.
All right, let's see what happens.
All right, so this Dire Avenger squad moved further to the right. Only managed to kill 1 Marine. They passed. This Wave Serpent fired into the Devastator squad. I think he made some really good saves there, so they did fine. My Jet Bike squad with my Farseer jumped down here, put everything into him, did not do any wounds, and then Jet Bike moved back. The Warp Spider, which used to have an autarch with him that was over in this area, I used my Warp Jump Generator, randomly killed 1 of my guys, and I randomly killed my autarch. So, oops, so because he's scoring and, because he's scoring and there's only 1 guy left, I decided to pull him back there. The Warwalker fired into the Devastators. I killed 1 missile, so that was kind of a plus. The Fire Dragons and the Swooping Hawks did rally.
No, the Fire Dragons fell back. You rolled boxcars.
Oh, you're right.
Again.
You're right. Again, I rolled boxcars. So the Swooping Hawks rallied. The Guardian with the heavy weapon platform and the Fire Dragons did not rally. Dire Avengers hop out, fired everything into the Terminators. I killed 1. And then both my Wave Serpents fired into the Tactical squad. I killed 4 out of the 5. The last guy is not pinned, and he passed his leadership. So, not the most devastating turn, but I still feel pretty good.
And I had to make 4 leadership tests for morale, and luckily I passed all 4.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. Overview of the table, real quick. Objective here, here, and here, and then behind the building there and there, and yep, and 1 there too. So. All right, let's go on to Imperial Fists. Guys, this is end of turn 3 for the Imperial Fists. Let's go over what happened. First, we start off with the Devastator shooting at the Wave Serpent, blew it up. Got 2 pens, he jinked 1, but we got a 6 on the blow up. The explosion killed 3 Dire Avengers. We moved the Tactical squad up from behind there, shot into them, killed a few more. Tax here, rapid fired, killed a few more, so he's down to 4. He did not break, though. We did realize I've been playing with a squad short, so we rolled for reserves, and they did not come in. So they'll come in next turn. Then over here, we embarked the 5-man with the heavy bolter into the Rhino, moved up. They snap fired into the Dire Avengers. The Thunderfire cannon shot at them, and so did the Rhino, so that was quite a bit of damage there. They did not run either. The Lone Tack moved up, double tapped into the Hawks, killed 1. The Terminator moved up, shot, killed 1. Charged in, killed 2 more. Mm-hmm. And he did not run, so he's locked. Lysander moved up, charged into the Fire Dragons, killed 2. And he didn't run there either, so they're locked up. I think that's about it. So we're still trying to clear off his flank over here on this side. His bikes are pretty mobile. They're staying away from me. So we'll have to see what happens. On to turn 4.
All right. So my Dire Avengers surrounded and fired into the remaining Tacticals. There was still 1 left, though. They charged, and they put 2 wounds on, and he failed the last save.
Bum, bum, bum.
The Jet Bikes were actually superstars on this one. They dropped down, or they only cast Prescience on themselves. They went down there. They did Eldritch Storm and hit all 5. And
the Tacticals that were over there.
Correct. And then the cannon also added in some firepower in there. I think it was about 8 wounds or so total. And was able to wipe that squad. The Warwalker, I think, finished off the last 2 Devastators in the rune.
Yep.
That's not true. Killed the 2 big guns. The sergeant
The sergeant that's there.
failed his morale save and fell back, but he's the last one. The fire dragon that was locked in combat with Lysander fought valiantly, and by that I mean he did no wounds and then died a horrible death. The swooping hawk, same story. However, there was a lot of damage over here. I was able to blow up the Razorback with some of the wave serpents, and then I just put a lot of firepower in there, and that's what we see left. You see a 3-man tactical squad with a heavy bolt, or one with a heavy bolter. They are pinned, but they'll probably get back up because thou shalt show no fear. No? Okay. So they are pinned, so that's a good thing. And then there's a lone tactical with a bolter right there. That's all that's left. It's bottom of 4. This has been a very brutal but fun game.
Pretty bloody so far.
Yeah.
All right, and my combat squad comes on this turn, so we'll see what happens. All right, on to Imperial Fist, guys. End of Imperial Fist, turn 4. Tac squad came on, just moved up, shot the bikes, got nothing. Sergeant moved up, shot the bikes, got nothing. The 1 Marine we had left jumped out, shot pistols into the Dire Avengers, did nothing, charged him and died. Lysander came around, charged and blew up the Warwalker, consolidated over. The Terminator Sergeant moved up and shot at the Dire Avengers. Everybody here shot at the Dire Avengers, only killed 1, I think, and then failed to charge. I think that was about it. So I might be in a little bit of an issue. So I've only got the 1 scoring unit back here for these 2 objectives. He's got 2 scoring units. So I'm going to have to be able to deny the points. May have to end up moving up the Thunderfire cannon. And he's got his 2 troops over there. There's a 3-point, a 2, a 1, and another 2. But we've cleared out everything over here. We killed the Warp Spider with the Thunderfire cannon. We got 3 direct hits on him, and he failed his 1 save. So that's how it looks right now. There's not too much left. It's uphill battle right now for the Space Marines, but let's see what happens. All right, guys, top of turn 5. Let's see what happened.
All right, so we moved the Dire Avengers. We're in area terrain and holding an objective. We fired into the guys that came on board, but we whiffed. Now, on the other hand, the Warlord and the Jet Bike squads moved in. I got fortune off. I rolled an 11 on my prescience. But with the sheer firepower, I was able to knock out 2 of the guys, the tacticals that came on, but they failed their morale and ran off the table. And then Eldar Jet Bike moved into that position. Over here, the combination of the Wave Serpents and the Dire Avengers were able to finish off all the tactical Marines here. The 2 different squads were killed by those 3 squads.
You still got the 1 guy running.
Oh, yes. Now, the Guardian with the Bright Lance had 1 shot remaining, and I put it into the back of the Terminator. I hit, I wounded, he failed his 5+ invul save. So, seems like this board, or this side of the board, has only his Warlord left.
So that's about it right now?
That's it.
All right, let's see what happens at the bottom of 5, and it is night fight.
Yes, it is.
So that should maybe change things. Who knows? We'll see. All right, on to guys, bottom of 5. So last-ditch effort here. Moved the Thunderfire cannon up. Had the Tech Marine go ahead and flame and shoot his plasma into the Dire Avengers. Did nothing. The Sergeant here from the Dev Squad went ahead and moved up the next level to contest and shot at the bikes. Did 2 wounds, but he made his saves. The Tactical here with the Heavy Bolter moved up, and he ran to get within scoring and denial distance of the objective here. Lysander moved up 6, attempted to charge and failed. And that was it. So we already rolled. We're going to turn 6, and we'll turn 6. Moved up the Thunderfire Cannon and Tech Marine to contest that objective. Sergeant over there died, all that good stuff. So he just stayed there. Lysander moved up, assaulted, killed 2. Third guy ran, so I denied him that point, but he's got the 2 point over here. So he's got 2 there, 4 there, First Blood, and Line Breaker. So he's got 8, and then I killed his 2 fast attack. And I'm no longer in Line Breaker because he's a little too far up. And I don't hold any objectives, so that's it. Victory, Eldar.
Fun game as always.
Yep. Good game, bud.
Thanks, Albert.
So, any quick thoughts?
The Eldar are still strong. The Iron Fist, being able to reroll 1s was pretty cool, and Tank Hunter is pretty cool. So,
Go Imperial Fists.
yeah,
All right.
that's all I got.
Yeah. My biggest mistake was forgetting about that combat squad in reserve. So, if I had more bolters to bear earlier on, I probably could have wiped out this squad and maybe actually put some damage on those bikes, but I doubt it. Those bikes were just running away.
Tactically
But
repositioning.
that's about it. Yeah, I mean, they're scaredy. They're just running. I think they did more damage to themselves.
Oh.
So, all right.
They won me the game. I'm happy with them.
Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the match.